Hi guys, how you guys doing today? Today we are doing story time. I have a couple of stories I want to share with you guys, but what I'm gonna do it in like two different videos, in like different videos. All right, one of the story I do want to share. See which one first. Since it's Halloween, let's go to the scary story first. All right, the first story is like when I was young, living in Jamaica, and I had a little friend, and her name was Candy. Me and Candy was very cool, and she used to come to my house, and we play outside. So it was this lady, what we call them, like a voodoo priest. She practiced voodoo orbia. In Jamaica, we call it orbia. But yeah, she practiced voodoo. And my grandmother used to always tell me, like, stay away from that lady. Anything that she asks you to eat, if she asks you if you want something to eat, tell her no. Stay far away from that lady. That's what my grandmother would always tell me. So Candy lived right next door to the lady. And she would always go and mess with the lady, make fun of her, knock on her door, run, leave trash and stuff in front of her door. And one day, it was like 2 weeks straight. Every time I would go to Candy house to go see Candy, right? Her mom, her sisters, and them would be like, oh, Candy's not home, or whatever, she's not feeling good. So they said that for like 2 weeks, but I kept coming because that was like my best friend growing up. So one day I came, and it was like, you know what? Just come. Since you keep coming back and want to see your friend, just come. But you can't say anything. Anyway, when I go in the house, I seen Candy. When I seen Candy, remind you, Candy was a healthy girl that used to be running up and down, we playing around the street, all that, right? When I seen Candy, Candy was in a diaper only. No shirt, no pants, just a diaper. Remind you, when me and Candy used to play, Candy never wear a diaper. She was a big girl. Anywho, she was wearing a diaper. I see her, they have her outside. And when they have her outside, like, even though it was a big house, like a big yard type thing, but it was like, you know, like, I don't know how to describe it, but you could still be outside, even though it was a big yard. Anywho, Candy was outside, and she was like chained to one of the gate in the house. And when I see her, she was just like going like up and down and making like bark sound, like dog bark sound. And when I seen her, I told her mom name was Princess. I'm like, Miss Princess, what happened to Candy? And she's like, oh, Candy's sick, Candy's sick. They didn't really tell me what happened to Candy. So then I would go back again and go visit Candy again. They took the chain, like the handcuff and stuff, off her. And I seen Candy like walking around like she's a dog and barking and all that stuff. And I started to cry. I'm like, yo, what happened to my friend? Like, that's not my friend. That's not how the last time I left my friend. She was acting, she was talking, she was healthy, she was good. They wouldn't tell me what happened. And you know, when you live in like a small town, gossip go around. So one day I asked my grandmother, I'm like, you know, when I went to see Candy, Candy was chained to a gate. And not only that, she was just in diaper and she was like walking around like a dog sometime when I go see her. So I'm like, what happened to Candy? Like, what happened to my friend? Like, I'm young and I'm seeing that. I'm like, what happened to my friend? Come to find out. My grandmother was like, you remember that lady I tell you to stay away from? And I'm like, yeah, I remember that lady. She was like, well, that lady practiced voodoo. And with her practicing voodoo, she put a little voodoo on Candy. Ever since she put a little voodoo on Candy, Candy never been the same. After like a couple of weeks go by, Candy ended up passing away. And I don't know, as a little kid, I never forget that memory. I never forget that story. And it always puzzled me, like, what really, because I couldn't, like, as a child, I couldn't believe that somebody would do voodoo and turn somebody into that. As a child, I'm looking like, how? How it happened? How? So, yeah, that's what happened to my good friend Candy. May her rest in peace. But she's never forgotten. I always think about her. Yeah.